It's like dark in here now. I am live.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not. I'm probably just gonna. I don't know where I'm gonna sit yet. I feel like a busybody right now. Like I can't. Well, my mind's going a mile a minute now. To me, my chickens are unprotected. You know. I mean, I know that we're late in the evening, so like no sun. Sun's not gonna be an issue tonight, but we do need to go to Walmart now and get. I'm gonna get them a more reinforced tarp, and I'm gonna reinforce that.
You waiting for people to join before you talk
Yeah.
about everything?
Yeah.
Poor Hero must be so traumatized.
I'm gonna sit down and drink my. Hi, friends.
That was Hero's first ever rain, and so now he thinks that anytime there's water, it means a tornado like this.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what that was. Okay, I'm soaked, y'all. We survived the rainstorm. If you haven't watched that, you can watch that after. That was scary. I'm sorry if I cussed on the live. I don't know if I did. I do know that I cussed, but I don't know if y'all picked it up.
I think I had my phone when you did. I think I had your phone when you did.
Because there was a big pop of thunder, and my instinct was to hit the deck. And that's exactly what I did. And I was like, oh, So, everyone is okay. Let me explain why I went out there, because a lot of people are probably like, that was so stupid of you, and it was. But in a crisis, I don't think rationally all the time. I weighed the risks, you know, and I just had to go out there for my chickens because I saw them like freaking out, and especially Hey. And y'all never heard me cuss. That's good. It slips, so you know it. I do know that I did. And me and Ellie were walking up the driveway after all the rain, and I was like, "Did you hear me cuss? Did they hear me cuss?" But yeah, so that was crazy. Our weather forecast today was complete sunny, 105 high, 77 degrees low. Just gonna take a breath. And when I saw my birds freaking out, I had to go out there. And then somebody had typed in the chat that, hey, check on Tilly, you know, I'm like having a hard time thinking. Check on Tilly. When the pressure changes, they can give birth. It can send them into labor, and that's absolutely true. So I had to go check on Tilly. I was really worried about Dan. I didn't say that. There's more scattered showers coming. Okay. Barnuminium is okay. Ellie will have a video coming out tomorrow of the aftermath. I'm not going to show the aftermath because I just don't want to go out there again right now in case it starts again, but I know everybody's okay. A big chunk of metal did come off of the barnuminium, but there is a second layer, so we're okay. So probably after this live, we're going to call Lester, see what to do about that. It's going to have to happen tomorrow. We're going to have to get new tarps for the chickens. Everything is wet right now. Any package we had is wet. So, but we are incredibly blessed for the rain, but that was just a little scary for me. And what's crazy is I was talking to my mom at probably 5:30. I'd come in and I was really hot, and she's like, oh, it's raining. I was like, it's not supposed to rain today. And she's like, I have to go put Elvis up, and we got off the phone, but I never called her back. And then it started thundering, but I didn't see any of the clouds. I was like, it's just going to go right over us. And then all of a sudden, it just monsooned. It really monsooned.
It was worse than that because monsoon is a lot of rain, but it was the wind that was scary. Rainwater ain't gonna hurt anybody. The wind itself doesn't usually hurt anybody, but it was so windy that it was blowing all kinds of crazy stuff. Like we went out there were so many tree limbs that had fallen down. Imagine if it landed on somebody or something, and then that piece of metal. Thankfully, it was only one that blew off the barnuminium, but what if it had hit someone? It's sharp-edged. I know my dad said he almost got decapitated one time. He was doing some work with some metal, and then a big gust of wind picked it up, and it blew right behind him, and it narrowly missed him. I think it went right over his head. And so just, yeah, we're blessed. We're thankful that we're all okay, but That was horrible.
Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Tomorrow might be an all-day project.
Never go out there when it's like that. Your safety comes first. Yeah, me and Meg have polar opposite. Did you tell them already? Like, we have polar opposite reactions.
I just said that my initial reaction is to go, like, I think I would have been okay if I hadn't seen how scared the chickens were. And then once the metal started flying, that's what really scared me, because y'all know Dan has PTSD from Hurricane Harvey and all that. And so I just thought, oh my gosh, he's not going to take shelter. And I said, my thought was, I have to go out there, I have to take the chickens, get them in the coop. And then you told me that something was wrong with the coop earlier, and I was like, oh, it's fine, they don't go in the coop. But then I immediately thought about that. And I was like, and I saw the coop door open, and I was like, now they can get out. And there's more chickens in Hey-Hey's coop right now, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So there's like 8 chickens in there right now, and I was like, what do we do? There's metal flying. I have to go check on Dan. I have to check on the pigs, because if somebody is hurt, I need to bring them inside, or
bring a pig inside.
I don't know, get them out of the rain, and I don't need, like, clean wounds, because I was worried about that metal flying and slicing somebody, and then at that point, like, we don't want infections. Get that quick, get them to a vet. I don't know.
We just had polar opposite reactions, I guess, because like Meg said, it was basically jump into the middle of the fire when the crisis struck, jump into the middle of the battlefield. But for me, I was like, okay, wait, there's like, I hear the wind going crazy, I hear metal clanging, I see tree limbs falling down. So if we go out there and get ourselves hurt or killed, then they really won't have anybody to care for them. And so for me, it was just kind of more of a methodical, like, be patient thing. Like,
I'm not patient.
I got to trust that the animals' instincts are better than ours, because we all know that animals have better instincts than we do. We got to trust that they can take care of themselves for the most part. And hopefully the weather will subside in a few minutes like it did, and then we can go out there and we can check and see if there's anything too bad. And so any tree damage, any metal blown off is not a big deal. As long as the animals are safe, which they all are, then it's fine. Speaking of which, our instincts, because we were on the porch.
Our instincts are so different.
Well, Chia's in here right now, I think.
She was? Chia's in here?
Because what happened, this right here, perfect. This right, you're right, Ellie. Megan, you are irreplaceable. You really are. She really is irreplaceable. No, but like, instantly, if somebody had been able to spectate us or something on a camera, the second that we heard the metal start clanging, I opened the door, I backed in, I brought Hero and Chia in with me and shut the door, and then Meg's first reaction was to run into the battlefield. So he just went like exactly opposite direction. I go this way, Meg goes that way. Exact opposite directions. I didn't shut it on you, and when I saw it, you were going out there. I was just like, me, Hero, and Chia are gonna be safe.
we're gonna be inside.
Chia's in here probably somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody's safe. I would take y'all out there, but our Wi-Fi situation right now in the house is barely okay. The past couple of days, it's been kind of rough.
Hero was terrified.
Hero was terrified.
I feel so bad for him. Like, he's only 2 or 3 months old, and we haven't had rain in like 2 or 3 months. So that was his first ever taste of rainwater, and so now he thinks that anytime there's weather, it means a tornado like this or whatever it was.
I don't know if it was a tornado.
I'm exaggerating.
There's no way. No, but it very well, the way it looked like, if the sky had been green, I would have, I honestly would have, like, assumed tornado, but it wasn't. I think just really strong winds. We didn't get any heavy rain warnings or anything. I feel awful that Lester and Jamie didn't get any rain. They're the ones that truly need it the most. But we're going to take any rain we can get. The ground's going to soak this up, and I'm glad that this happened in the evening, because now all of that rain is going to soak into the ground, and hopefully we're going to have some good grass growth. And hopefully this is the start of something more to come if we can have more rain, I hope. So sorry if I scared y'all with that live. That was definitely scary. Let's acknowledge that. That was very scary. But it has stopped. Probably could have waited, but realistically, I just, in the moment, I kind of blanked, you know? Now, I will say, the way the rain was coming, I'm hoping it will travel to Longhorn Lester's. I'm really hoping with the way it was coming like this way, so I'm hoping it will keep going that way out. Oh, it's so scary. I'm going to keep an eye on Tilly. I don't think Sissy is pregnant, but I'm going to keep an eye on Sissy too. We've had rain happen and babies pop out not long after that. So, yeah, Colin, I haven't checked in with Lester and Jamie yet. Like, this all happened. I'm still soaking wet. What's crazy is me and Ellie were about to go to dinner. You know, we don't get out a whole lot. We very much stay here a lot, and we were about to go to dinner and then go to Walmart and get them some things, but now we're definitely gonna have to go to Walmart and get some tarps, but we're gonna definitely wait until we know the rain is cleared and that we're safe to go and everybody's safe. But everybody outside is good. Everybody's a little shaken up, especially the chickens. I feel bad, like there's nothing I could do for them, and they wouldn't go in the coop. I don't know what was wrong with them. There is a big piece of metal out in the pasture that came from the roof. But it's too muddy, and I'm worried that there might be residue lightning. So I don't want to go out there and lift it. That wind was strong enough that it pushed the side-by-side backwards. The bardominium's not leaking. There are multiple layers, but I definitely was worried that was a thing. And there are 2 bardominium cats in there, and I was really worried about them. So I was going to go. So I had told Ellie, I said, if it I was expecting very light rain when my mom told me. I said, if it does, I'm going to go outside and make a video of me. Hi, Ricardo. Lord.
Oh, guys, look, Chia.
Is Chia in the house?
Let's go outside.
Chia's in the house.
She don't want to come outside.
But I was going to go dance in the rain. And that's fully what I was intending on doing, was going and dancing in the rain. And then I literally went out there. I gave Ellie my phone because I intended for him to be live. And, like, I was going to go unplug the fan like I did and then dance in the rain on the live. But that didn't happen. So, yeah, I unplugged the fan. We're good. I actually had my the inside of my shorts were underneath my shirt, and so that was dry, so I unplugged it there and I dried it off. It was angry rain. Renee, angry rain, you're right. It was angry. There are lots of trees that fell down. If you think you hear Ellie does, I think, have the side-by-side on. And immediately I thought, I have to put the side-by-side in park. You don't normally have to put the side-by-side in park, you just turn it off because we don't normally, do that. So we're going to go get, we'll take the side-by-side into the pasture. Maybe he's doing that right now, actually. I don't know what he's doing. He's on the side-by-side. The side-by-side's soaking wet. We lost a lot of limbs. And they were down in the driveway, so we went and walked up the driveway and to move the limbs, but it started raining a little bit again, so while we're live, we can talk about this, just so y'all know, so I don't really have to talk about it again. So y'all know my Polish chicks that I had in the house. They're 4 weeks tomorrow, and I wanted them to go ahead and go outside because they're getting big, and in the house they are just gross. It's just gross, And so I put them outside today in a big dog kennel out on the porch with a fan blowing on them. And one of them passed, so I'm down one Polish chick. And I feel awful because I put them outside. I lost a buff-laced one. So today's been a rough day regardless. I saw some dogs running around this morning. that set me off this morning. And then I put the chick out there. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm not comfortable putting the chicks out there until they can't go out with Hey until they're 16 weeks old anyways. But I just put them on the porch. I put them on the front porch so I could watch them. And I just feel so awful. So, yeah. It's when it rains, it pours, but it's okay. They're just going to have to stay inside. Another thing I have to go to Walmart for tonight is something to help with the smell and just to help keep it cleaner, you know. Because that's the problem. It's really not good for them to be in the house, you know. And I've done so good, you know, with I've kept them alive, you know, because like somebody said, you normally get 10 chicks because you'll only, you know, probably have 5 live. And sometimes they just die, and that just happens. But so that's been my day today. We were, you know, that's partially why we were going to go to dinner, was just to kind of get away for a little bit and all that. Hopefully this rain will be a good momentum into keeping cooler weather. It was just faith in humanity. It was just one chicken. I put them outside on the front porch with a fan in front of them, and I mean, it was 105 degrees. Honestly guys, if I put them in a stall, it will be much hotter because there's not a lot of wind that can break in the stall, and they will fly out if I put them in a stall. So I kind of have to keep them, find a diffuser to help the smell. Yeah. It was only one out of 8, which to only lose, I've had them for 4 weeks now, and I haven't lost any except this one. So I have puppy pads, and the puppy pads are awful. Like, they tear them up. It's awful. There's no good solution. My bathroom is just going to have to, I'm getting cold now. We'll clean the scent and is safe when rinsed properly. Okay. They can go in the coop. The chickens will not be fine in the coop. I promise you, they will die. I'm so glad your grandson is breathing on his own. Faith in humanity. God is good, and God brought us some rain today. But it's been a day. I am in wet clothes. I seriously, like, that's how much I like think of y'all, because I knew I probably scared y'all with that live, and I was like, I scared them, and then I came in and Ellie's like, are you gonna change or are you gonna shower, you know? And yeah, I'm in wet clothes still. So a lot of people are asking why I can't put the chicks in the coop. They are Polish chickens. Polish chickens do not do well in the heat, and they're like a middle ground kind of chicken, so they don't regulate heat very well. Chickens don't regulate heat very well anyways, but it came so fast. Yeah, it did. So they don't regulate heat very well, and they don't need to go outside until they're at least 4 weeks. And then they can't be free roam or in a run until they're 16 weeks, because that's kind of the safe, which is 4 months. 4 months old, they can go in the run with the other chickens. But that's just for their safety. And so I thought, 4 weeks. I did extensive research. And sometimes research can only go so far versus experience. And so, I did lose the one. But I cannot put them in the coop that was built, because they're able to get out of that, and I do not want those birds being free roam. I paid I paid a good amount of money for them, and they're not free roam birds. I don't want free roam birds. I want them in a run. So, that's just kind of that. I can't put them. I do have another coop, but they will get too hot in the coop. So, and then there's things like Lisa just said, some people put air conditioning in coops. There are risks with that, with everything. I think I would much rather have some chicks in my house than run a risk of giving an entire flock respiratory infection. And that's kind of my thought process. But everybody is good. We are all good. I'm really hoping it's not still raining. I'm sorry, guys. I wish it was. We're gonna track and see when it's supposed to rain again. This was a totally unexpected rain. I'm really hoping. Have I tried kitty litter for the chicks? Can you do that? Can you do that? I imagine that wouldn't be good on their feet. I'm probably going to get more shavings. I thought the shavings were disgusting because it was getting the water nasty even when I elevated it. But the smell was not as bad when there were shavings, honestly. And so I moved to puppy pads in hopes that that would be cleaner. But we're going to move back to shavings tonight. So, yeah, y'all, I'm going to see what Ellie's doing. We're going to get that piece of metal. He might have already done it without me. We're going to pray that the rain moves to Longhorn Lester's and keep praying for more. Maybe not as crazy as what we just got. Sand's a good idea. Sand is a really good idea.
You still alive, Levy?
Yeah.
Really?
I was just about to get off.
Having fun.
What'd you do? Did you go check on everybody?
Yeah, I just went around and looked. I just did a circle.
How's it look?
It isn't that bad, actually. There's a fair bit of little limbs that have fallen, but nothing too drastic or anything. I was able to do a complete circle. There's been times in the past where
you haven't been able to.
It was like completely barricaded off because some huge log fell. It was nothing like that.
I told him about my chick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It happens.
Chickens are hard. They're so susceptible to the heat, more than most animals.
I thought they would be okay with the fan, and you know what? I told them, I said research can be like, I did so much research the night before. Hi, baby.
I'm a lion cub, and I'm always
One of my chicks passed, but I told them research can be good, but experience is so much better a lot of times.
He's literally purring while I'm holding him, making him wave at you guys. Oh.
My dude, I know. Did that scare you?
He's talking up a storm, complaining, pretending he don't like it, but the purring, the uncontrollable purring gives it away that
he
deep
loves
down,
this.
he can't admit that he likes it.
Yeah, he sits here and he whines, but literally 2 hours ago, I was holding him like a baby, and he was passed out, and he had his little, paw on my chest. All right, y'all. Well, I am going to get off and go shower, get warm, and change clothes, and then I guess we're going to start making a plan for tomorrow and all the things that we need to do to fix things. So, thanks for joining. I hope y'all enjoyed. Bye, friends.